Just curious what you shot on?
A C300.
Okay,
and then also I used the 5D. I found the 5D kind of hard, especially at 12 noon. Like I can't look at that LCD and get it focused well enough. And I know that there's some like attachments that you can put on there, which I found out in retrospect to create almost like a viewfinder for the LCD. And I didn't really figure out the filters as well with that camera. I really loved the C300. It was heavy as all get out, and I know they're marketing it as like this lighter camera, like that my girl arms after a while just would start sinking, and then I would use my elbow and place it into my hip, like as if my hip is the tripod to take the weight, and sort of curve around the camera all day long. And then especially Kimani, because I mean, I don't want the story about Kimani to be like this adult viewpoint, you know, I want it to be from her perspective. So I was constantly in this sort of plie of sorts, like, you know, shooting Kimani hunched over. Yeah.
Did you have another DP, or it was all?
Yeah,
it was all you? Okay.
I did. Yeah, I was like going through all the cameras. I got off on a tangent, but we used also the Bolex, which I didn't shoot on the Bolex. We had Edu Grau, the amazing Edu Grau, who shot A Single Man, and he shot Suffragette, the Meryl Streep movie that just got released, and so he was our DP for Ron primarily, and JB. I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I saw the last. Yeah, I have it here somewhere too.
Sorry, JB. But he did a lot of our. We shot on the Lumix. A lot of our traveling shots. We got a car mount and did that. He did a lot of that. He did some B-roll of Ron's garden. Got like some beautiful, amazing stuff there. Another DP, John. Yikes. I can't remember his last name either, but he came in for one day. But 85–90% is when there's like one-on-one interview stuff or in the garden with the characters. It's me. The GoPro, our drone shots was our producer Christopher Leggett. He got those. He's just like a tech head, so I'm afraid of the drones.
We weren't sure if it was, if you had a helicopter or what, so that looked great, the overshots of the garden. When you were in South LA and there were some, you know, police shots and different things, what was your protocol for shooting some of that? I mean, how fearful were you, not of just the neighborhood, but the police as well, not wanting you to shoot them?
Right. Well, the thing is like, there are police driving around South Los Angeles, like, there are, like, you know, buses going by in Hollywood. It's just a constant presence, and same with the helicopters. And I never really felt like anything was going to happen to me if I aimed a camera, as long as I'm not antagonizing anyone. So yeah, and as far as being afraid in that area, I think that's kind of like a twofold question, because I know that the crime rate is higher there, so that's in my mind while I'm there. But also, if I'm walking around any part of the city with $14,000 worth of equipment, a girl all by myself, with one eye covered and earphones on and can't see behind me, you know, I'm always going to feel a little edgy. You know, so I definitely was, I would say, more on edge than I would be, but it's hard to determine, because I feel like I'm a little ballsy in that sense, like especially if I'm trying to tell a story that's not about me and it's for I believe a greater cause, that I'll put myself into situations that are, you know, worth not my life, but, you know, my life.
But, and lastly, just wrapping up here, were you surprised though by how many people were intrigued by a female with all this gear on walking down the street? I know you said before people were hesitant, but were there some that were just like, wow, what are you doing? Like, what are you making?
I did get that. I definitely got people stopping me on the street to ask about the equipment and what I'm doing, and I got a lot of support too. A sister out in the hood with my, with my gear, and like, hey, tell my story, it's like, you gotta listen to my story. I got a lot of that too. Like, okay, let me take notes. I'm busy right now, I can't do your story. Give me your information. But I did get a lot of support out there. I thought it was actually really great too to be sort of an example in South LA of like not only just like a Black woman or mixed woman making a movie as an example in the area where there's no film school that I know of in South LA, and then also being female and hopefully empowering other women that even if they're not going to be a filmmaker, just seeing someone do something that looks like out of the box or something that we don't see regularly, that I think that it definitely was inspiring for people to see.
Absolutely. Thank you.